I need like an 18 slot bag.
I I was going to put bags in actually. We have art for a bag, but
Hmm.
I was watching one of the other programmers play. Oh, what was the name? Glitch, I think, some MMO or something.
Okay.
Actually made down the street from us. But they had bags in their inventory system, and he's like, he heard that I was doing bags, and he's like, "Hey Kevin, take a look at this. You want bags? Check this out." And his inventory in this game was like, you had like your standard however many slots. Every slot was a bag. So it just
Yeah, that's
just
true.
made things very cumbersome because like if you give the player that, then the correct response from the player is like, well, I want to carry a lot of stuff, so we have a lot of bags. So you just like you're adding like an extra click at least for every inventory manipulation. So I mean, inventory management is one of those things that's kind of annoying in every game, and there has to be a solution. And I'm still trying to think of what to do. And I think that having like Chester von Ottoman around who will carry stuff for you and pick stuff up for you and kind of manage that
Mm-hmm. I
kind of autonomously is a step in the right direction. Also, maybe like reducing the number of things that you actually want to or feel compelled to carry around is good. Although that's hard because people kind of by their nature want to pick up everything that's not nailed down.
It is like Skyrim in that sense because you're like, oh, it's a berry bush. Oh, there's a twig. Oh,
Yeah.
there's, you just kind of grab things on the way because you know at some point you're going to need to eat and all the rest of that. So the game almost lends itself to creating like a campsite.
Yeah.
And
Well, I'm
then,
totally not against a can. I think like some people in the forums and online I've seen think that we're against base building, but we're definitely not. We're trying to make the game less turtley. But that just means we want you to make a base and like go out and explore and then come back to your base and then go out and explore and come back to your base. But there's something very satisfying about making a base and like
yes.
setting it up just right and moving the tiles around so that it's the right color and everything is in a row and lined up and great. Like the game appeals very heavily to hoarding and OCD and
Oh,
so
yes. Yes. The chat room says more pylons. Okay, we are getting close to ending. Is there anything else you think we should know about the game or about you before we close?
um, I can't think of anything that we haven't covered. I mean, like, I'd say that anyone who's interested in the game or has any questions about the design or any suggestions or anything, to just swing by the forums. Like, I do check and I do respond, and I try to at least explain all the decisions that we make. Like, you're like, why does food spoil? That's not fair. Well, I can tell you why if you go to the forum. I'll explain like what the reasoning from the team was on that. Because I view the creation of the game as very much a kind of a collaborative process between the game designer, the game developers and the audience for the game. So, I mean, with a game like Don't Starve, like it takes hours and hours and hours to play a single game. So we are limited in how much we can actually play. So we do rely upon feedback in order to adjust from update to update what we're actually putting out there for people.
Okay. Well, that's a good tip. Hopefully, there is a site distinctly for Don't Starve. I mean, you can go to the Clay website as well, but do you recall the website? I don't have it up right now.
It's don'tstarvegame.com.
Okay, very good.
Yeah.
A
I
big.
think we're adding a fan
Ooh,
feature zone today if that goes live. So
okay. What'll be
check it
there?
out. Well, there's a lot of fan art for the game. People make some pretty cool pictures and animations and some songs even. So just a place to kind of show that off and let people see how creative some of the fans are actually being.
Nice. Okay. A big thank you to Kevin. You can find him on Twitter at KRF. And do you want to give your website out for the comics if people want to follow you and some of your
Oh,
writing?
sure. Yeah, so if you, I have a site where I put my comics. It's called robotandghost.com. I used to do a webcomic called Simulated Comic Product, if anybody actually remembers that, probably not. But the archives for that are up there, and then the short stories that I do for Cloudscape also go up there.
Robots and ghosts are a theme with you, are they not?
Kinda, yeah. There's a lot of simulated comic product strips about sad robots who are just dejected with their lot in life.
Yes, 42.
Yeah.
All right. If you'd like to leave some feedback or keep up with the news, you can find me on Twitter at Gray Area Podcast, at Facebook/Gray Area Podcast, or on iTunes. If you're in the chat room and you enjoyed this, I encourage you to subscribe so you can hear more interviews. And if you have any gray areas in your relationships or just need a new perspective, you can email your questions, advice, or talk about this episode to genessegray@yahoo.com. Thanks for listening, and I'll see you guys next week with a new episode. Yay, chat room.